first person to join. What's up, guys? How is your Sunday coming along? Hi, Karuna. What's up, everybody? Hello, hello. Varun Zota, hello. Dance with Pooja, hello. Good to see all of you. It's time for another one. Sid Pimpley says, too much pace coming up. Yeah, well, not anymore. It's not as quick anymore, is he? So yes, it's time for another InstaLive. Sweetish, hello Raunak bhai, hello Sweetish bhai. I hope you are doing well. It's a very unique name, so Sweetish. Shaun Tait will be with us in a few minutes. Got some good questions for him from you guys, which is nice. He's one of the nicest guys I've had the chance to work with. Ravdeep is saying you deserve a prize for finding 2 nice Aussies in a week. Yeah, there are actually, as it turns out, Ravdeep, there are, Cricinfo has the thing of working with just the good guys. So most of the guys we work with are pretty good. There's been the odd mishap every now and then, but anyway. Om Mehta, how do you get such big names? That's interesting. I don't think many of them actually view themselves as big names. They're just, I have a lot of respect for test cricketers no matter how many games they've played, or international cricketers rather, no matter how many games they've played. It's just about how they view themselves, I guess. Also, I must say the overseas players are much nicer. They don't get the sort of worship that the Indians tend to. So makes them good blokes. So yeah, but anyway, it's been fun. And like I said, this is more like a series of appreciation posts of people that I've had the great chance to work with and come to know, which is why there aren't too many current cricketers, because I actually don't interact with them as much. I'm confined to the studio more often than not, and which is probably a good thing, to be honest. So yeah, so there's that. But yeah, there's some very, very nice people coming up. Rinki says, sir, aapka naam kya hai? That's defeating the purpose, Rinki, of it's there on the Insta page. But anyway, no problem. We'll figure it out. Even I'm figuring Instagram out. Ravdeep is saying, not considering to hear that, actually considering Sambit Bal is at the helm. Yeah, he's the Dalai Lama of the media world, if there is such a thing. So anyway. Rahul is saying these InstaLives have been so good to watch. They bring out the humane side to the superstars. Yeah, that's the idea. You'll hear about them talking about cricket and analyzing the game and whatnot on Cricinfo and on other cricket platforms. So cricket is so irrelevant right now. So anyway. InstaLive background wall game on point. I'm not sure what that means, but anyway. Who was his favorite bowling partner? Well, he had a short but an impactful career, Shaun Tait. So I can't think of him saying anything other than Glenn McGrath. If you've got to bowl with Glenn McGrath, then why would you not name him as your main man? But anyway. What else have you guys up to? Why has he always had a problem with his line? Why did he bowl so many wides? That's mean. He was quick. You can't get it all right? Drills and science of bowling fast. Shivansh wants to know. Yeah, okay, I could ask him that, but you really want him to discuss fast bowling? Okay, fine, we'll do that. Mr. Deep Das Gupta is here, and he is going to be my next guest, actually, after I coordinate with him and confirm a nice date that he's agreed that he can agree upon. So that's up next, sometime in the week. I will post details about it very soon. Rahul Dubey asking about the Chris Lynn 6. Yeah, well, he's spoken about that a few times. Yeah. Om meant that the background is impressive because of the books. Yeah, well, there are actually some decent cricket books. I have some law books which just, I use to just make sure that the height is right for my iPad and when I do my recording. So that's the only use of the law books. Hello to Adya Bajpai. Speaking of law, I went to college with Adya Bajpai. So anyway, those most of the bare acts, the yellow books that you see are just for props. The cricket books I've actually read, so that's nice. Shaun Tait and his team made the 2007 World Cup boring. That's very true, Sharvil. That is very, very true. Where are the bats roasted by Dravid? They're right here, boss. Don't worry, they're right here. So they're here. The bats have not gone anywhere. They're still here. And like I said, I was supposed to keep it hidden. Anyway, Shaun's here, so we'll get him on. Anyway, heard you've played as well. How much and where? No, I've not played. And I don't mean to mention my accomplishments. I loved playing whatever cricket I got to play in school and college. I still play as much as I can, tennis ball mainly. But I'm not going to talk about my cricketing achievements because they are very limited. Let's get him on. He's doing this for the first time as well. So, yeah, you figured it out.
Hello, mate.
How's it going, Shaun?
I'm just struggling to hear you. Hang on a second.
No problem.
Not sure what's going on.
I can hear you loud and clear. Can you hear me?
Can you hear me?
I can hear you, yeah. Can you hear me?
I'm just struggling to hear you at the moment.
Just turn the volume up. Hold on.
Yeah, I've just turned it up.
Any better?
Yeah, not good enough though.
Checking. You strike me as a young and fairly tech-savvy man. Can you hear me?
That is the opposite of what I am.
So, is this good enough?
I'm still struggling to hear you a little bit, actually, which is weird. I'm just trying to...
Do you want to try getting earphones or something like that?
Yeah. I've got some earphones here, but they're not seeming to work either. Hang on a second.
No problem, mate. Show me your house.
What have you been up to?
Yeah. Well, not much. This is the only thing that's keeping me busy. My contract runs down next month, so I'll be unemployed really soon, just like you. So.
Okay. Let me search for some more headphones.
Yeah. I don't want you to miss my wit.
Sorry?
I said you need the earphones because I can't afford you missing my wit. So.
Actually, I don't mind this. Just you can hear me, I can't really hear you properly. It's perfect.
Be nice, Teddy. I've said some very nice things about you in these posts.
This is not really working. I haven't got any headphones. I thought this wouldn't be a problem.
Yeah. I got Ian Chappell to do this. All right.
Would not be able to hear me.
A few more dinosaurs. Do you want? Is Winter old enough to help you out figuring this out? Most kids tend to do that.
My 2.5-year-old daughter's just gone to bed, so I can't ask her.
Are you sure? So if I speak louder, can you hear me?
I can, but it's probably going to be, it's probably not going to be great. But Mushroom's just gone upstairs to look for some other headphones because she has all the equipment.
All right. So till then, we'll just keep this on and hope that something happens. What phone are you using?
I've got an iPhone 8, is that right?
2, 3.
I've got a Nokia. Hang on a second. Now this should work.
Should it? Okay, let's hope so. This is awesome.
See how this goes.
Yeah. This is going to work.
Okay, I can hear you.
This is going to work.
You can hear me?
Oh, loud and clear, mate. Can you hear me?
Perfect. Yes, I can.
It's a bit like you're bowling this. Took a little while, but
all over the shop?
Yeah. How you doing, Katie?
I'm good. It's 7 o'clock at night here in the Adelaide Hills, so just winding down for the evening.
Yeah. What's keeping you busy these days?
Well, I suppose like everyone, there's not a lot going on, I suppose. But so we had Mother's Day today. So like I said, I got a 2.5-year-old daughter, so that's keeping both of us busy here. And we went to the beach. We went for a wander today on the beach. You can do that here still. So that was okay.
Yeah. Atashi's saying, did Mushroom just whack the headphones at you?
She threw them at me, yeah.
Yeah.
Which was also very similar to my bowling. It went like a metre over my head. So.
Oh, brilliant. Well, I guess the lockdown in your part of the world has been, things have been easier than other parts of the world.
Yeah. Yeah.
So what have you managed to keep yourself busy with, though, other than just heading out to the beach and not figuring out how to use Instagram? What else is keeping you busy?
Well, I went down to one thing I did do, I went to my pub. I've got a share in a pub down on the south coast here. So I went down there on Friday and just popped my head in to see how they're going. Takeaway food only and takeaway beer. only down there. So I just popped in to see how things were going. Didn't do any work, but, but I went down there.
It sounds like you.
I didn't want to get in the way.
Yeah.
And just bits and pieces like that. So not a great deal, to be perfectly honest. Been taking my dog for plenty of walks.
We were going to do this chat over a glass of wine or a beer, because I think the best conversation we've had is with a glass of wine in hand. Even I don't understand a word of what you say in studio. And you probably I probably don't let you even talk in studio, so it doesn't matter.
No.
Yeah. But you're becoming an old man now. You can't handle your alcohol, can you?
I've had this ridiculous. No, I can't. No, that's the answer. No, I can't. But I don't. My alcohol consumption is basically zero. I've had a parasite infection for like 4 months now.
Right.
And the doctors didn't know what it was for a while, and so I've got a bad gut.
Yeah.
Which is hopefully slowly getting better. So.
I'm just letting you know that
these first world countries, they're just you can't trust the food over here.
And I can imagine that you should probably maybe have a word with Ian Chappell's doctor, because I think Chappelli still does a couple of bottles for breakfast even today.
I'm sure. Today's a Sunday, so I think Chappelli probably is. Yeah.
Yeah, and he did manage to figure this out, even though he'd never downloaded Instagram on his phone before this. So I think there's a lot for you to learn from the great man, mate.
He did a better job than me.
Oh yeah, that wasn't hard. But
yeah.
you're actually my 11th guest on this thing that I started out of sheer boredom, and that I wanted to just tell stories of people that I've had the chance to work with, and as it turns out, it's fitting because you're number 11. Right, and I can actually. But if I think about it, it's actually a pretty good team, and those of you that have watched these InstaLives would know. So I've had Darren Ganga and Akash Chopra, so they'd open, and therefore the first wicket would fall very quickly. So Rahul Dravid, solid at 3, Daryl Cullinan at 4, Ian Chappell at 5 would be captain of my team. Sanjay Manjrekar at 6. Mike.
Even if you said Chappelli wasn't captain, he'd demand to be captain anyway.
I don't think anyone else is going to argue with him in this team. Sanjay at 6. Mike Hussey at 7. Ajit Agarkar at 8. Ashley Giles at 9. That's not a bad team.
Wow.
Michael Holding at 10. I think he'll bat above you, given he averaged 16 in tests with half.
I can't argue with that.
And you at 11. So this is fitting. You're my 11th guest, and there could be no number better suited to you. But no, there have been people that have been very excited to have you. I think you're the prettiest guest I've had from all the other 10 that I've maintained. And there's a lot of love for you from India, because there's the whole he is our son-in-law. One of my friends, Nishit, he actually said he called you Juhu ka Jamai. I don't know if you know what Jamai means. You know what Jamai means?
Oh, not really.
Jamai is son-in-law, and Juhu is where you. Yeah, so you're that's a good nickname.
I've actually got just behind. Well, so what I've done here is I've pretended the only part of my house that has any sort of intellectual whatever is behind. So I pretend. Yeah, so I pretended that this is where I normally sit and whatever. So I've got books behind. But behind me there, I've got a map of sort of a cartoon drawing a map of Bandra.
You have a map of Bandra.
Yes.
Very good. Is that what you do with how you are at technology? Instead of using Google, you just go along Bandra using that. Still
go by maps, yeah. So imagine walking around Bandra with a road atlas. They're called, I don't know what they're called. In Australia, there used to be this road atlas, and when you're in your car, you used to get it out, and it's about this big.
Yeah.
You used to sit there and try and work out where you're going. Yeah. That'd be a tough gig in Bandra.
Yeah, I can imagine. But yeah, so I'm just thinking that this is probably a better nickname for you. Juhu Jamai is probably better than Sloon. How did Sloon happen, though?
Sloon's it's not a great nickname. It's a bad story as well. You expect it to be funny, but it's not at all. It was just when I first toured Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
I went to the hotel. I was by myself. I replaced Brett Lee, I think, and so I came by myself. First time overseas, actually, and I turned up to the hotel late at night in Colombo, and they had me under Shaun Tait instead of Shaun, and I was basically arguing for 5 minutes with the guy at the desk, that my name was Shaun. I was with the Australian cricket team. He just wouldn't believe me. So it basically stuck from there, and they ran with it. Yeah,
That's a terrible story. You're right.
strange.
It's not funny. It's
No.
and how did Wild thing come about? Or was that something that the media gave you?
Well, it started. I think it was in 2007 in the Caribbean during that World Cup, and basically then the movie Major League, and Ricky Vaughan. It's a Cleveland Indians baseball movie. Charlie Sheen plays the Wild thing, Ricky Vaughan, and he comes out and throws the ball fast but all over the shop type thing.
Right.
So it started from there, and at one of the team meetings, we had like these videos to sort of fire us up, I suppose, before games. And one of the team meetings, they put together this clip of me and all my wides I bowled. So
that's a long clip. Then.
It was a long. It took up the whole meeting.
It's like The Irishman, yeah.
And the song "Wild Thing" was playing as that happened, and then it sort of went from there. I think Andrew Simons really made an effort to make sure that nickname stuck, and it did.
There are some comments that are coming in saying your wife is trying to sneak in your live chat. Is Mushroom trying to sneak into this? Is she around?
No, she's not. No, she was just helping me out with some headphones.
All right. Yeah, I mean, when you say help me out, when she assaulted you with headphones.
She's actually very shy, my wife. So.
Yeah.
I think she's still annoyed about the Mother's Day present I got for her.
What'd you get her?
So, a candle.
What was that? Was that something that the pub had to throw away? All right. Valusha, I'm guessing she's a friend of yours. She says, "Where's my sweetheart Winter?"
Yes, I know Valusha.
Yep. And she's asleep. Not Valusha. Winter. Winter's asleep, right?
She's just gone to bed. I bet she's not asleep though. She usually starts yelling out about now.
All right. How you good with your late night duties as dad? I saw you you post a video with her when you were doing push-ups, and you nearly knocked her off on the second one. You should ask her to hold on a bit tighter.
And they were the only push-ups I've done for 12 months as well, but I'll just put them on video on Instagram like everyone else does with their gym programs.
Yeah. Because that's the only way you could be fit, putting it out.
Well, the good thing, I actually do have a lot of time on my hands, to be honest. So I do spend a lot of time with her. But Mushroom, leads the charge, that's for sure.
I've been thinking of the first time that we worked together. It's not been really long, but it's been a lot. We've seen a lot of each other. I mean, I'm saying it as a good thing, not in terms of But anyway, when you came by for the IPL for the first time, and then I think you just became a go-to man. Not because your analysis is any good, but because you were inexpensive and in Juhu.
And then the worst thing is that's actually true. That's the funny. It's not even funny. It is though. But I don't care. I actually don't care because I like going there to work with you guys. So
I'm going to be honest. You're a straight shooter. You call it as you see it. That's exactly the kind of guy we want, and that's why we work with you because. There are people that are cheaper than you, Shaun, and we don't go for them.
Surely not.
But I think if we think of say the highlights at work, and there are more off work than at, but I cannot look beyond the 2017 Champions Trophy, right? When Stephen Fleming was around.
With Flemmo, yep.
He was the master of keeping a straight face.
Yeah.
And I thought I was good until you came along, and Fakhar Zaman decided to play for Pakistan and had a very good Champions Trophy. And sometimes I tend to talk quickly. So do you. So yep. I just quickly go and I'm checking through viewer comments, and I just look and I say, there's another question on Fakhar, and suddenly I see you go.
And there was some bad backlash from Pakistani cricket fans that came through.
I was still halfway through my sentence. So I go from Fakhar, and then you go, and then I go and they want to know, and I start doing that. I've never done that before. So you can thank me for that. Fakhar Zaman's family has probably blocked me now on social media.
I hope he doesn't see this.
Nah,
he's a great batsman.
Like I said, he's blocked me. So he's not going to. But yeah, it's been fun, and I can think of one more distinct memory that actually summed up. And I wrote about this in the post that I put out on Insta for those of you that haven't seen it. The day that you were joining us, I think on the last IPL, your first day when you worked with us before. And there was some mix-up with your pickup, and we were supposed to go on air at 5 p.m. or something, and you've not walked in till 4:50 or 4:55, And the driver says, yeah, I'm on my way. And
That's right.
a minute later, you walked in drenched, sweaty.
Sweating bullets.
Yeah.
Yep.
Because you said the car didn't show up, so you just took a rickshaw and you came to the office. Now, I
Yep.
can't think of anyone else who would have done that, Indian or international.
Well, so I actually spent like, when I'm in Bombay, and I used to spend a lot more time there, and hopefully we'll do in the future. But nowadays, coming over, it's just in bits and pieces, and so we don't have a car really, and so I do spend a lot of time in rickshaws, to be honest. So I'm actually quite used to it. But that was in May, which is stinking hot.
Yeah.
And from where I was staying to the office was a very busy road, so it took about 45 minutes. It wasn't a short rickshaw ride.
Yeah.
And you do make it sound like I'm a good guy and I just get there, but I was pretty annoyed at the time. I was annoyed for about 5 minutes, and then I got over it, and I was like, no, this is get in the rickshaw and get there.
Yeah, but that you got there just tells you, because I know enough cricketers that would have said, I'm not coming, you never send the car. And they would have used that opportunity to teach us a lesson. And then you know how we are, right? As a nice Indian production crew, we'd have sent about 17 people over to apologize.
I was going to say, the next day there was 4 cars there waiting for me.
Oh God, yeah. No, there's some good questions that have come for you from some of our viewers. And one of them is, did Shaun ever try to bowl spin? That's from Bless N.
No.
That's it.
No, I don't. This is absolutely not. My action was the same. So when we used to mess around the nets and try and bowl spin, and the spinners would try and bowl fast, my action was exactly the same, trying to bowl off spin. So if the guys asking the question, can remember how I bowled, try and do that with an off spin. It just doesn't work.
Yeah. And there are a number of questions on how you met Mashoom. I don't know why that's of such interest to everyone, but that's it. We just care about the Indian side to everything. That's essentially what we've been doing.
So that was a good story, actually. It's a 2010 IPL. And our first game, I was playing for Rajasthan. Our first game was in Bombay at the CCI ground, I reckon. Mm-hmm. I think it was. And anyway, that's beside the point. That night there was after the games they'd have fashion shows. Designers would bring their clothes, and they did a quick 20-minute. She was basically, Mashoom was on one of the catwalk models. And she basically stalked me from then on, and that was it. I couldn't get her away from me, and I had to marry her.
Yeah, well done. I don't know what she's going to throw next at you after the headphones. But the other thing that I do remember now that you mentioned it, and of course we know that Mashoom is a former supermodel, or maybe does she still model at all?
No, I don't know. No.
So she has been a supermodel. So has Shamita, her sister, and they actually got you to walk the ramp, not too far back.
Yes, I did.
What
actually.
was that? What was that like?
It didn't go down very well with my mates back in Australia. Put it that way.
Because of what you wore. I wish I could have. You know what? Now that I think of it, I should have probably dug out that picture and just put it up now. But it's there. It's available.
I've actually done a couple of them. So I did one with the late Wendell Rodricks. I think that was in Hyderabad or somewhere. I did Ashish Soni as well.
Sure.
At one time. So
you're just dropping names now, aren't you?
I can't imagine you're the type of guy that's turning up to fashion parades or fashion shows in Bombay, Raunak.
If I go through my entire life without attending one day, I think I'll be okay.
Really? You've not even been to one?
Nah, not even. Not.
I thought you must have had some friends involved in the.
I do. I have very fancy friends.
That doesn't matter though.
I actually fell asleep, and the only one that I probably was supposed to witness because it happened in school, and I actually fell asleep while it happened. So that tells you all you need to know.
It doesn't surprise me you did that. No.
Yeah, and there is this is funny actually. What if HRS 0702 says those candles are now going to be thrown at him.
You know the worst thing was I think for last year's Mother's Day I got a candle for her as well, and I forgot that this year. But she mentioned something today about another candle. Wow.
Just hold on for maybe one more year, and I think then Winter can do this on her own. You don't need to get her a Mother's Day present. For God's sake, just stop doing the candles. Mradul and quite a few of you want to know about that 6 by Chris Lynn at the Gabba. Okay, so that's one cricket memory that we can talk about.
always
forget
get
you
brought
winning the
up.
World Cup. Yeah, forget you winning the World Cup because nobody cares, no one remembers. and ending as the second highest wicket taker in the tournament after Glenn McGrath. No one bothers about that. What we want to know is that when Chris Lynn tonked you at the roof of the Gabba.
It always comes up nowadays. That, you know what? That's not fair. That was the end of my career. I was basically done anyway.
Yeah.
Actually, you know what? In saying that though, that probably was the game where I did think that's enough because I didn't really have any answers. You know, Chris Lynn coming into the game as a brutal T20 hitter. And I didn't have too many answers for him. Whereas, you know, maybe 5-6 years before that, I might have actually nailed a Yorker or done something. Sure. Or got him out maybe. And I think that was, to be honest, that probably was one of the games where I was like, well, because I retired just after that, actually. Maybe it is time to hang him up.
This is good from Jared, who I think is your brother. He says, do you remember your brother hitting you further than Lynn in the backyard?
Isn't that typical? What a stupid thing to say. That must be a fake account. This has to be a fake account because that never happened, Jared.
So your brother is so popular that there are people doing parody accounts of him.
It must be. Yeah.
What did he do there, brother? Did he bowl? Was he any good? Did
he was bat? He still plays actually. He was well nowadays I suppose he's an all rounder, but he did he actually played a second 11 game for Glamorgan. Right. Jared, my brother and I, my dad's English, we got British passports, and he actually went over and played club cricket and ended up in the second 11. He played a 4-day game, and at the end of the game, I remember him calling me and saying, 4-day cricket is not for me. So
runs in the family.
Yeah, exactly. That was the end of his career. Yeah.
Duncan Rogers says, I remember when I top edged you for 6 at Narain. Yeah, good times.
At Nairn, was it?
At Nairn, yeah. Sorry, Nairn.
Of course. Yeah. So basically, all these people now become pretending that they know me, coming out with these ridiculous stories. That's what's happening.
There's nothing wrong with being top edge for 6. You won that moral battle, right? That's what we normally say. Psychological win for the bowler. But anyway, so Duncan's saying this for Jared. So now I think they're just having fun. But anyway.
Okay.
Yeah, that's a good thing that you pointed out because I forgot about that. Someone just told me before that how did I manage to get 2 good Aussies within the same week? I had Mike Hussey on the other day and I've got you today. And that's probably the end of all the good Aussies.
That's about it.
In the world, yeah. But that there's part of you that's British, isn't it? Or English?
No.
Irish.
How dare you? How dare you?
I thought
my dad's. That...
Yeah, your dad.
My dad's. Yeah, my dad was born in England. Yeah,
so
I don't. We don't speak.
Well done, mate. Yeah, that's exactly the kind of chat we need to have on this light-hearted thing. So tell us about your problems with Dad. Yeah, sure.
No, not with Dad. With English people.
Oh, with the English.
Nothing to do with it. No, right. We're perfectly fine.
There's one more thing that I managed to think, that came up recently. And last week we lost a couple of good actors, Irfan and Rishi Kapoor, and they've been playing Rishi Kapoor's films non-stop on the telly. And I happened to watch Patiala House, 2011, I think it was, when it released. A pretty entertaining film, actually. Akshay Kumar starrer, for those of you that haven't seen it. There's a number of international cricketers that feature. There's Andrew Simons, who's probably got more screen time than Rishi Kapoor in that film. And there's Dirk Nannes, there's Karen Pollard, Kamran Akmal, Herschel Gibbs.
Simon Katich.
Simon Katich is there. There's Sanjay Manjrekar and David Gower and Nasir Hussain playing their roles. And there's you.
Yep. I've never seen the movie, but I think I got run out. I know I got run out when we were doing the filming, but I'm not sure if it went to the movie or not. I've never seen it. So
I have a question exactly about that. Yes, you did get run out, and I saw the director mention that Akshay Kumar's scenes while he was bowling were all naturally shot. No special effects, no doubles or stunt dummies. Did you have a stunt double to do your bits, or was that actually you?
Why? What happened? What are you trying to say? Is that
how do you achieve that?
That looks like something I would. That looks like something I would have done in a game, but I don't know if that's me. I can't. I don't think that was me.
Well, that isn't you.
I don't think so.
Yeah, because even with all your very limited batting abilities, I think you find.
The funny thing is, I'm not sure though. It could be. That's how bad my running between wickets was.
Well, your memory as well. If you can't remember if that was you that left that the way it did, but anyway, you should watch that. It's a very entertaining film, and obviously it involves Australia losing in the final. So it's fiction.
So, no, I was going to say no. Yeah, it can't be true.
Was it fun though? Did you ever film with any of the stars? Did you film with Akshay Kumar or Rishi Kapoor?
No, I do remember. I didn't at the time. I didn't know who he was, but years later, obviously going to India and spending lots of time there, and worked out that it was him.
Yeah.
Obviously now,
you're talking about Akshay Kumar.
Yeah. Now, at the time, I just remember there was a Bollywood star there who was actually running in and bowling and doing some stuff, but I didn't know who it was at the time. So, and obviously, but now my knowledge of Bollywood is a lot better.
Yeah.
I was actually meant to be. I was meant to be in another movie, which was I was meant to go to Delhi for a couple of days and do a scene up there for Kaipo Che or something like
I
was meant to be, but I had to come back to Australia for some
cricket
reason.
as well. Yeah, that involves some cricket as well. It's a good story that. Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
So you met Akshay Kumar. You two have a lot in common actually. Both foreign passport holders, and you're probably more Indian than he is.
Is that right?
Yeah, that's a dangerous statement to say.
Is that you're having a dig there? Okay.
Yeah, I'm having a bit of a dig. Anyway, nobody cares.
You.
Yeah, nobody cares. Oh God. Okay. Sid Pimple wants to know. I want Shaun to rate who he thinks was faster: himself, Brett Lee, Shoaib Akhtar, or Jofra Archer.
Who was faster? Well, it just depends on the day, I suppose. I would definitely, when people ask me who is the fastest you've ever seen, I would have to say Shoaib. I think I think he and Brett are certainly another level above Archer, believe it or not. I think on their day, those two guys, mid 150s pretty consistently. That sort of pace, that's different level. So, I mean, those two, Brett and Shoaib, they're the fastest I've ever seen. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Swetha is saying she wants to know about the 2011 World Cup. You guys had such a strong squad, and how did you guys end up losing? I think she's just baiting you because of all the World Cups, that was probably the most vulnerable Australian squad, from what I remember.
I didn't. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I don't. From memory, that squad it didn't. So 2007 when we won it, it felt like that whole tournament in 07 that we were never going to lose a game. It felt like nobody could get near us, and that's pretty much what happened. 2011 didn't feel like that. It just didn't feel. Yeah, I don't know. I think over the course of the tournament, it just didn't feel like. It put it this way: it felt like we were beatable, and we were. And India obviously had a very strong side, and they took us down in Ahmedabad.
That was your last ODI game, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yeah. Tendulkar was your last wicket. That's not a bad last wicket.
Yes.
Yeah. It's a good way to end. Yeah. You achieved your pinnacle. You won the World Cup. You got Tendulkar. You could retire now.
It would have been nice if we won it. Yeah.
It was a good World Cup though. It was a competitive World Cup, and I'm not saying that because India won. It was actually a nicer World Cup to watch. The 2007 one was bloody boring because of you guys. It was perhaps the most boring World Cup. It's still going on in some parts of the world. It was that long.
A shocking finish as well. I had that.
Oh, that was terrible. Did you guys see the funny side of it? I saw that there was a real celebration even when that farcical finish, and when I mean that's nice to see because I thought everyone else would have just gotten fried by the nonsense.
I think like we had coming home when we got off the plane back in Australia, it was like everyone was a bit over it type thing. It was almost and everyone was that was a bit of a farce and all this sort of stuff. But for us, it didn't feel like that at all. So it was a really weird ending. But for us, it sort of for some reason for me it added to it. It was and it was a long tournament, but when you're playing, it's okay, and when you're winning, it's okay. I'm sure when you're watching at home, it probably got boring.
Yeah, it did. Most of us stopped watching after the first round anyway, which is why they changed the whole.
The Indians. Yeah.
Nadine, who's a friend of mine, is saying, "Am I Australian now because I'm putting on a great accent?" Now the thing is, I have to talk like Shaun for him to understand because he doesn't understand English. He's too first world. Like I think Mushroom still communicates. She sends you a fax, doesn't she?
Mushroom's got a good. She's got the same thing. She can change her voice, so I can
understand.
She can be on my level. Yeah. But I think it's the other way around. The Australian accent's the worst for understanding. Mushroom and I have been on holiday before to the US, and she has to order the food for me in America. So, first language absolutely been English, both countries, but Mushroom's obviously mother tongue's Hindi, but she still had to order my food for me. So that's how bad us Aussies are.
Do you ever think that it may not be a nationwide problem?
Do you reckon it's just me? So
I'm just asking if you.
I might have had half a dozen beers at the time as well. So.
Okay, brilliant. It's time for rapid fire. All right. First thing that comes to your mind, and be clear, Tait. Make sure you're articulate and clear. All set?
Yep.
All right. Let's go. If you weren't a cricketer, what do you think you would have been?
Barman.
If you had to pick one English cricketer to spend the lockdown with, who'd you pick?
English cricketer. Oh, that's a tough question.
Come up with the first name. One man that you'd spend the lockdown with. You hit all of them.
Oh, Luke Wright. Luke Wright's a funny man. I like Luke Wright.
That's good. One food item you cannot get enough of.
You know what?
It's a good thing you could bowl quick. Yeah.
Well, I've had this parasite infection, you see, so my diet's changed.
Yeah.
Okay, food item I can't get enough of. Oh, bread.
Bread. The whole world of
boring.
great food, and you come up with bread.
Bread.
Jesus. You're from the land of MasterChef Australia. That's the one thing you can't get enough of.
How bad is that? Shocking.
That's a shocker. Yeah, shocker. One batsman you hated bowling to.
I was going to say Brendan McCullum, but I sort of enjoyed it as well.
Okay, it's a bittersweet one. Okay, so then that answers the next one. One batsman you love bowling to. So McCullum.
Brendan McCullum. It's the same. Yep.
Okay, smartest cricketing brain according to you.
Apart from myself.
Yeah, sure.
Smartest cricketing brain. Wow. Oh, I think it probably has to be Warnie.
Yeah, I've heard that before.
I think.
Yeah. Who has the best sense of humor in cricket according to you?
Andrew Simons.
You and Mike Hussey have given the exact same answers for these two questions. He said Warnie's the smartest brain and Andrew Simons the funniest guy, you know. So
is that right? That.
Yeah. Yeah. The best part about India is?
Well, I've taken her out of there. I'm going to bring her back one day.
That's a good save. That's a good save, mate. For all the things that you said in the build-up to this.
You're second, Raunak.
Yeah. Thanks, mate. Okay, one thing you know Mushroom hates about you, but you still keep doing.
Leave my clothes on the floor.
Sure. All right. Best film or web series you've seen of late?
I think the Michael Jordan, the Last Dance, was that's going on still, but yeah.
Okay. Best captain you played under? I think this is easy.
Wow. Well, I mean, it's not easy actually.
No? Okay. You could go beyond international, so.
Yeah, obviously, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and reel them all off, but they've all been pretty good. But I just think in 2010 with Rajasthan, the way Warnie went about it was my type of environment at the time. Yeah, it sort of brought my love for cricket back when he was captain.
That's nice. Biggest influence on your cricket career?
Oh, it'd have to be. I mean, it's probably a boring answer, but it has to be my father.
Sure. No, it's fair. One bowler from today's generation that you would have loved to bowl in tandem with?
Today's generation. Jofra.
Okay. How are bowlers cooler than batsmen?
Oh, well, where do you want to start? Where do you want to start?
No, it's good. That's good. Touring England or touring India? What was more enjoyable?
India.
Adelaide Oval or the MCG?
MCG.
Bombay or London? Bombay or London?
Oh, wow. Bombay.
Mm-hmm. The only man who's going to say that. I mean,
yeah. I've got to say, it is close. I absolutely love both places, but I think Bombay is still my. Yeah,
Okay.
I do. I genuinely do love the place.
I know why, Terry. It's all right. It's all right. Yeah. Yeah. Beer or wine?
Oh, what are you doing to me? Wine now?
Right.
Yeah.
Bowling with 2 white balls in ODIs or 1?
No, one.
Okay. If Winter decides to play cricket one day, would you rather have her play for Australia or India?
India. You get paid more.
Very good. What was harder, bowling in Test cricket or starring in Patiala House?
Starring. Well, I didn't star in Test cricket or Patiala House. They were both flops, but yeah, Test cricket.
You're not going to be called back for the sequel, mate.
Well, I don't know if the movie was a flop. My performance was.
I think it did well. I think it did box
I
office.
think so. Yeah.
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 All right. Kohli or Smith?
Coley.
Okay. Have you got the answers written down somewhere? First thing that comes to mind when I say the IPL.
Oh wow. That's it. Probably.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah. Crowds in
Well,
England.
IPL basically it gave me a lot.
Sure.
Gave me a lot.
Crowds in England.
Funny.
Crowds in Australia.
Brutal.
Okay. Glenn McGrath.
Champion.
Okay. Sachin Tendulkar.
Champion. How boring.
Yes, it's brilliant, isn't it?
How boring my answers.
Yeah, the 2007 World Cup. This rapid fire has been a bit like that, actually. But anyway, the 2007 World Cup.
Life changing.
Right. Cricket info.
Oh, the best.
Okay. And me, lastly.
Mate.
Good man. Good man. See, that was good. You got there at the end. I think Adam Zampa has joined us, and he says good to see you, big fellow. He says, what time gym tomorrow?
Yes. Well, Zamps is a late riser, so he gets up in the mornings. So he's been coming over, and I got a little gym set up in my shed, and Zamps lives not far from me, Adam, and so we try and we talk. We start at 9:00 a.m. and then the last time I think we got to 10:30, he turned up. So make it 10:30 tomorrow, Zamps.
Who lifts the more weight though? Is he fitter than you?
Zamps is stronger than me. Yeah. Yep.
That's not bad. All right, pretty good. You could see him tomorrow. Terry, that was good. It was honest. I wouldn't say it was quick, but you can't be fast at everything. Yeah, you can't be fast at everything now, can you? Zamps is going on. He's saying it's chilly.
Yeah, it is cold here in the Adelaide Hills.
Maybe he's giving you his reason for not waking up on time. Anyway, Gaurav is here as well. He says, so good to see Shaun. Some great memories of our chats on the way back home after shows. You remember Gaurav, right?
Yeah.
The grand old man of Cricket Info. Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
How's he going?
Yeah, he's all right. He's in his 80s now. It's dangerous with the COVID, and you know
I do comment on some of his tweets sometimes. He's like a nasty, funny tweeter.
Yeah, that's what he is. Yeah, that's exactly what he is. That's the title of his autobiography, actually. Nasty, funny tweeter. Zamps is going on and on about what time tomorrow. He's now putting it at 6. And when? I think he's not letting go of you, man. All right, but this has been fun, Teddy. It's been great catching up. I hope you spend this time safe with Mushroom and Winter, and I hope to see you in Bombay as soon as they open the borders up. Your OCI is still around, right?
Yes, mate. I'll be over there as soon as it's open, for sure.
Yeah. I mean, you picked up your OCI last year, and then they just shut the international borders a year later. Damn you!
I know that handy OCI I've got. I've never used it.
Yeah. And fittingly, he's knocked his thumbs over. All right. Well done, Teddy. Thanks so much, mate.
Thanks for having me on, Raunak.
Cheers.
Much appreciated.
Bye, mate. Okay, that was fun. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Plenty more coming up in the week. Oh, that's a good question. Try the Ricky Ponting wine. It's just been launched, Boomish. I'm sure sooner or later we'll have it. All right. Again, enjoy your Sunday. I'll be back with more of this. Full video will be up on YouTube by the end of the day. And again, thanks for your questions and
being part of the chat. I'll take more next time as much as I can. And take care of yourselves and your family. Bye.